by removing it from my life, it's completely changed it for me. It's helped me build the discipline and the routine that I need to build up my business so I could finally leave my 9-to-5 job and work for myself doing what I love. And without these little habits, I wouldn't have been able to make that happen. There's no way that would have happened. Everything you do, every choice you make right now is paving the way for what lies ahead for you. I think this is a big one and it's so important. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, in today's video, I'm talking about 5 habits that completely changed my life. And I mean really changed my life. I'm sharing this to simply help you if you're feeling a little stuck and maybe like you just need a change, like you're not living to your full potential. 3.5 years ago, I was stuck in a vicious cycle of really unhealthy habits. And today, the change that's happened is unmeasurable. The thing is, I know so many of you can relate when I say that you know you're destined for a little more, but you just don't know how to do it. You don't know how to make that mindset shift to actually make it happen. I've been in some darker places over the years, and I feel like for a lot of my adult life, I lacked a lot of direction. I was living, but I was more so going through each day with no real purpose of getting anywhere in particular. I was so frustrated with myself because I knew the life I wanted to live. I knew the person I could be deep down, but I just had too many bad habits and some really negative ways of thinking programmed into me over many years. It was like this little voice in my head saying, one day I'll do it, but I'm not confident enough yet, or I'll start it next week. I could never do that. I'm too old for that now. Just so many different things that go through your mind that stop you from getting ahead and making those changes. In some ways, I'm still working through those negative thought patterns, but it's got so much better. And by implementing these 5 habits, I've completely changed my life. Okay, so number 1 is I stopped drinking alcohol. Now, my relationship with alcohol was a messy one. To keep it really short and to the point, I abused alcohol over many years to suppress a lot of pain. It got to a point where I was a shell of the person I used to be, and I lost a lot of respect for myself. Back then, the person I was, the thought of not drinking for a lifetime, that wasn't going to happen. I really enjoyed drinking, or so I thought I did. I enjoyed those times with family and friends, and that's how I thought I was enjoying social situations, social interactions. I am a very sort of introverted person. I don't socialize too much, and when I did, I felt like I was leaning on alcohol to make those situations easier for myself to get through. But in actual fact, alcohol was playing a huge part in making me insecure in myself and causing me to have lack of confidence. You drink to try and make yourself feel better, but it's actually having the opposite effect. And then when hungover or the next day, you feel bad again. And so you're just stuck in this vicious cycle. And I'm so glad I'm out of that. It affected my relationship. And in fact, it was her who made me realize the attachment I had to alcohol. And that's when I decided I had to go. Now, I have no problem with people drinking. It makes no difference to my life. But by removing it myself, it allowed this whole new version of myself to emerge. I had so much mental clarity and suddenly had this drive to achieve my goals and dreams, but most importantly, I was able to put it into action and maintain that to actually achieve them and not just dream about it. Alcohol makes you insecure, it makes you depressed, lazy, unmotivated, unhealthy, unfit. The thing is, many people don't realize that it has that negative effect on you, that one wine a night or the 7 beers on the weekend. Your body resets itself and that becomes your norm. It's not until you remove it that it's like handbrake is taken off and you can actually move forward so much faster, and mental clarity is just so much more heightened. There's nothing positive about drinking alcohol. However, I'm not here to tell you to stop drinking. I'm just telling you, by removing it from my life, it's completely changed it for me. And that is the best decision I think I've ever made. I'm not pulling this out of thin air. I have lived this and I have first-hand experience to share that with you. So that was number 1. Now, number 2 is my morning routine. It's not necessary to have a morning routine, and in particular, a really long, drawn-out routine. I definitely don't advise you to just do one because it's like something that's trending or other people are doing it, so you think it's going to change your life. It won't unless you have a purpose for it, and it's really intentional in the things that you're doing, the steps that you're doing each morning. But here's how having a morning routine has changed my life. So, what you think about the moment you wake up in the morning sets the tone for your day ahead. This really is so true. But more importantly, what you go to sleep thinking about or doing heavily affects your mood and your mindset when you wake up. So before I go to sleep, yes, I do scroll online as well sometimes, but most times I try and make a point of watching something just short, something motivational that's going to help me with my goals and not just consuming like rubbish content for the sake of it. It has a purpose. I really do make a point of doing that, and often I won't watch anything and I'll just lie there in the dark for 10 minutes and just think about where I want to be maybe in 12 months, or just appreciating what I currently do have. Now, doing that kind of thing really is powerful and has helped me in such a huge way. Now, I also like to get up very early. This isn't something that you have to do. It doesn't really matter what time you get up. Whatever works with your schedule, do that. But for me, I like to get up early. I also don't have any children yet, so I can be very flexible with my routine for now. I have a cold shower because that truly does wake me up. I meditate for 10 minutes. Sometimes I'll just write in my journal. It's very short and basic. Often it's just writing down my goals for the next 12 months usually, and just maybe my thoughts and how the day before went. I feel it's really good to just write those things down. It's helpful for me and it keeps me on track. And then I'll just sit with my coffee for like half an hour and just enjoy the quietness of the morning before I actually get into my day. Sometimes I'll just watch a motivational video on YouTube. I'm a big believer in law of attraction, and there are a few people that I really like to listen to on that subject. So having a morning routine for the past like 3 years has really helped me stay on track. It's helped me build the discipline and the routine that I need to build up my business so I could finally leave my 9-to-5 job and work for myself full time, doing what I love. I've managed to do that, and without these little habits, I wouldn't have been able to make that happen. There's no way that would have happened. Okay, number 3 is a little different, but it's helped me in a huge way when it comes to my confidence and believing in myself to be able to achieve what I want to achieve and change my life. I stopped giving people varied levels of importance. I'm going to explain what I mean here. I know many of you can relate when I say that there are certain people that we see, whether it's your manager at work, a CEO, certain YouTubers or celebrities you might look up to, and we often tend to look at these people as though they're on a higher level than ourselves, like a higher level of importance. Maybe you see them as more intelligent, wealthier, fitter. And when you put people on levels above where you put yourself, you feel inferior to them, and that can crush your confidence, and it can kind of crush your belief in yourself to achieve certain things. We sometimes even treat people as though they deserve more respect or they deserve a certain type of attention. I have come to realize over the years that we are all the same, and status does not change anything. No one person deserves a higher level of respect than the next person, and you shouldn't be viewing anyone as better or more important than you. This isn't a change I decided to make overnight. This is something that I naturally come to realize through building confidence in myself, believing myself, just staying in my own lane. Now, looking up to someone you admire or see as a role model is completely different. There are many people in my life who have achieved things that I aspire to achieve, and I look up to them. So that is a whole different thing. So yeah, I know that one's a little different, but I think it's a real important one, and I think it happens to a lot of people without realizing that it's happening. Okay, habit number 4 is I rely on discipline now and not motivation. Discipline is something that takes time and it's not achieved overnight. Motivation, on the other hand, is extremely short-lived. It propels you in the short term and often causes you to make impulsive decisions. But if there's nothing driving you deeper, then motivation will always come and go. Discipline means pushing through the hard times, getting up when you don't want to, setting schedules and sticking to them, setting routines and sticking to them, and often making short-term sacrifices for those long-term gains. Without discipline, I wouldn't have changed my life like I have. You need to be relying on discipline and not motivation. Yes, motivation is good in those times where you're feeling a little flat, yes, you're on track, but you're just feeling a wee bit stagnant. Find some motivational things, some people, some videos, whatever it might be. I do this, and that will help you in the short term to maybe just kickstart you, but you need to have that deeper drive that's keeping you going in the long term, keeping you steady, and you need discipline for that. Okay, and habit number 5, it's the last habit, is I'm focusing on the now, the present, and not the past or the future. Now, I know this is easier said than done, and this is definitely a work in progress and something that will be an ongoing thing to try and maintain and work through. But what I've come to realize is all we have is now. The past it's gone, like that can't be changed. The future doesn't exist. Everything you do, every choice you make right now is paving the way for what lies ahead for you. Doing things like my 10-minute meditation in the morning or just a little bit of breath work helps you be more present on a regular basis. What I found I used to be doing is constantly thinking about where I want to be, never being satisfied with what I have right now, and always thinking about how I can get to the next level, to the next whatever it is that I'm trying to achieve. I was always thinking ahead and missing out on what is actually happening now, not fully enjoying the present moment. I think this is a big one, and it's so important There is no point in worrying about the future or the past. Live in now, make good decisions now, the best decisions you can for yourself, for your family, and that's the best we can do. That is going to give you the best chance at general happiness and contentment with your life. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found those 5 habits interesting. Maybe you can take something away from that and implement it in your own life. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.